You do gotta just test the waters to learn how to negotiate.
That can put you in new doors and open new opportunities to you. It's worth far more than the amount that you could be charging.
Anything with your content, you need to just go back into the email or call.
Welcome to Create to Live podcast, the podcast where social media meets business and big dreams turn into bigger results.
Whether you're an entrepreneur, content creator, or a 9-to-5er, building your side hustle, you're in the right place.
Each week, we bring you actionable tips, inspiring stories, and insider strategies to help you grow your brand, monetize your passions, and create the success you seek. We are your hosts, Sherelle from Blue Wall Media
And Davon from Booker Consulting.
Together, let's create the life you want to live. Hey, y'all, it is your girl, Sherelle from Blue Wall Media Agency.
Whole time, it's your boy, D-Book, Davon Book in the building. You know, we about to make some opportunities happen, so let's listen.
Yes, sir. We're super excited about this episode. If it sounds a little windy, I'm going to try my best to adjust the audio, but we are outside filming, with the sun. We are outside filming this episode. It's a beautiful day. You should definitely take some time to be outside, breathing.
On the day of recording.
Yes, on the day of recording. I mean, maybe it could be a beautiful day when they listen to this.
It could also be a terrible
It could
day.
also be a storming day. But just, gauge, okay?
You know what I'm saying?
Gauge the situation. That actually segues straight into what we're talking about today.
Okay.
Gauging when to negotiate and
Right.
when not to negotiate with
We
a
gotta
brand.
gauge that too?
Yes.
You
So-
negotiate with everybody.
No, because when it comes to being a content creator or even as a business owner, you have to decide, okay, when I'm first working with this person, is this a relationship building type of connection? Or is this something where these are my prices and it's set in stone? And the reason I say that is because sometimes services with the person, they may not be able to afford your prices at that moment, but the connections that they have that can put you in new doors and open new opportunities to you, it's worth far more than the amount that you could be charging. It's so important to know when to negotiate and when it's more about relationship and connection. And I actually want to talk to you about that because I know you are in a phase of transitioning into really understanding when to negotiate, because there are situations where you as a creator think that this is a relationship building and then you can get screwed over. Tell me what you think about that.
Let me see. So, first of all, what's up? The first thing I will say is I see what Sherelle is saying, because some deals I got is literally just, I'm not having no money and it's like family based and just having a good connection with people. But also, I think you do gotta just test the waters to learn how to negotiate. Because I think at this point in my life, I didn't negotiate my salary. I didn't negotiate pretty much nothing. So I just my time to it might not be the good time to negotiate, but I'm I need to practice this skill. So right now I'm fine. Some people have it. Literally, I tried to negotiate with a brand. They literally have it on their thing. They negotiate, and I tried to, and they just ghosted me.
Oh.
So the other people haven't replied. So I'm kind of in 3 negotiation deals, but
As the day of recording.
so praying for more. But right now I'm just I hope they reply. But it also, I'm proud of myself for doing it, because I could easily just be yeah, yay, he don't want no money. They were super happy when I wasn't trying to
Charge.
right. But whenever I was saying yes, but now that I'm okay, but no, let's actually talk business. Now it's kind of dry, replies a little low, not as happy to talk to me.
Yeah.
But don't be scared of that, guys. I guess what I'm saying. Don't be scared of the quietness. Don't be scared of, well, I don't know if they're gonna pay me. That's why in this content creation game, I honestly think you should have multiple incomes. Content creation it will be big for me, but right now I'm not just I'm gonna quit all my jobs for content creation. I'm love content creation. I see it happening for me, but at this time of recording, I know I need to have different streams, so I'm just not thirsty. It's just a lady or a guy that's desperate. The first thing that come they face, they just gonna jump at it. And then 3 months later, you didn't know that was XYZ? No, I was just in love, right? So I don't want to just be jumping to things because I just need money or, you know, I don't want to be taking brand deals that doesn't align with me,
Yeah.
you know. And if it does, I just want to take the bare minimum. Like, oh, we got him, you know, because even when I ran track, that's what I'm learning too. Whenever, because I negotiated my deals for track.
Really? You
It-
didn't have like an agent or anything?
Me and my parents.
Wow.
Look, I told them what I was gonna do. My delivery was to go to nationals, and I went to nationals. So I said, "Cough up, brother."
There
I
you
made
go.
it, but I had to. I had to even get there. You know, like how can I get the full ride? I asked that, or my parents asked that, and they were like, basically, the only way you get a full ride is if you go to nationals. So just like a brand deal, like you gotta ask, you gotta speak up for yourself. If you ain't gonna speak up, they ain't gonna speak up to give you more money either.
Yeah, ain't nobody excited to give you money.
Look, nobody's excited to give you money. They excited for you to create content for free though.
Uh-huh. They excited to have you talk about their brand.
Man, I love this brand. How would you get paid for that? Now you embarrassed.
Uh-huh.
They ain't
Oh, I
pay me
just do it
nothing.
for free.
Girl, you should be getting paid. Now you looking.
No, what be crazy is whenever you be talking like, oh, I just did it for free. And they're like, oh, well, such and such worked with the same brand and got paid. And your video was better.
Facts. More money.
More money.
But just because you an ass, and that's what I'm saying, like you gotta ask, and if they start acting different, then two things: either they trying to see if you gonna fold, or they trying to see if they can actually work with you.
Uh-huh.
But you know, oh, I'll just do it for free because I just really want to work with y'all. I think like in the beginning that could be cool, but at this point I'm thinking not even in the beginning no more.
No, literally.
Because
And that's something I wanted to talk about was actually like when it comes to being a creator, sometimes like even if I feel like some people be like, oh, well, I don't have this amount of followers and I don't get that much engagement. But if you have a account that has a community that's strong based and the brand that is wanting to work with you or a brand you're wanting to work with and wanting to negotiate with is literally spot on, then if they really want to work with you, you can negotiate on some kind of deal, whether that's gifted or that's some kind of like commissions based. Like there are so many different ways to be able to make it happen for yourself and for your brand. And so I think it's really important that we as content creators and even as business owners who want to work with creators know that the value of this person, like social media content creation, is an actual job. This is something that somebody is creating and working with. And they didn't just build their brand overnight. No, this is communication over the internet. This is networking at events. This is going to meeting new people and following people's journey and them following their journey and all these connections. Like this is literally a whole entire job. And brands need to understand that when you're talking to content creators, when you're talking to even new content creators, see the value in yourself as a creator and see the value in the creation that they are putting out there, because it's in some way, in some shape, in some form, you're going to get the benefit no matter what. Even if it's just 2 other people who see that video and are introduced to your brand, that's possibly 2 new customers who could either spend $2 at your place or $200 or $2,000, or they'll be that those 2 people were recommended to 2 other people, which were recommended to 2 other people, and now you've created a whole new community of customers, all because you were willing to pay that content creator's payment of how much they actually are charging. And don't be stingy. That's to the businesses.
brands don't be stingy. I want you to think about it. If this was you creating content and not you trying to get over someone, would you want someone to treat you right or someone to try to nickel and dime you, right? Because we're all humans. So, you know, imagine you at a job and they like, oh, we're gonna give them the bare minimum, see if they take it, right? You're like, why would y'all do that if y'all know like the budget is for this, like, you know? So I think that especially it is a budget, and the money is supposed to go to the creators and the marketing. Like, people gotta eat, people gotta lives to live. So, take care of the people you're working with, right? Because I think, like, if the creator finds out like you're trying to mess over them, then just how they could ruin a relationship with y'all, you could ruin a relationship with them, and it could be valuable. And then again, you are a company, so I just can have another person come, but I don't think that's a good practice. So that's my last words.
Oh, I actually wanted to ask you about the whitelisting. What can you educate or tell us what that is?
Whitelisting basically is when companies put a sponsor, they ask for your ad code in a sponsor. And if the company be like, hey, it's gonna give you exposure and followers and super nice, and not try to email you and stuff, say no. Or be like, yeah, but can we make it more formal? And I'd like to get a percentage, and I actually charge for this, and let them know that it's like not like oh, this is my buddy just calling me. No, they play me like that. So
you recommend whenever it comes to ads to negotiate that?
Anything with your content, you need to just go back into the email or call before you just like, yay! You just decided that you working with a brand. Because all this got to do with them wanting business, and they'll do anything to get their name out there. If they could do it for free, they will.
That is true. I like that. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Create to Live podcast. It has been a great time being outside in the sunshine. I mean, the mosquitoes are not too fun, but it is what it is. We hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. We'll see you on the next one. We hope that you enjoyed this episode of Create to Live podcast. Make sure you tune in every single week to our podcast we release on Mondays. Subscribe, follow us. We are on Spotify podcasts as well as Apple Podcasts and iHeartRadio podcasts. If you want to follow us on social media, my social media is bluewall.media. That's BLUWALL.media on Instagram.
You can follow me at Davon.Booker, BOOKR, whole time. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you again for tuning in to Create to Live podcast.